and welcome back to Gallant IAS. This is the HEPGEC program for daily revision. We'll start today's revision with a question from history. The partition of Bengal, made by Lord Curzon in 1905, lasted until the First World War, when Indian troops were needed by the British and the partition was ended. King George V abrogated the Curzon's Act at Royal Durbar in Delhi in 1911. Gandhiji launched his civil disobedience movement, the partition of India, in 1947, when East Bengal became East Pakistan. In the beginning of the 20th century, the province of Bengal under the British regime became the nerve center of Indian national movement. It became the center of Indian nationalism. To break this momentum and to create further division in communities in India, in the Indian population, Lord Curzon divided Bengal into two in 1905 through an act. It lasted till the visit of King George V, who ended this partition in Delhi Durbar in 1911. Therefore, the answer to this question is B. Now, the second question from economy. Which one of the following is likely to be the most inflationary in effect? Repayment of public debt, borrowing from the public to finance budget deficit, borrowing from banks to finance budget deficit, creating new money to finance a budget deficit. Inflation is a persistent or continuous rise in price in an economy. Inflation is bad news precisely because it diminishes the value of the money that you hold. It reduces the purchasing power of an individual or a citizen. Therefore, it is very important that the government should control the movement of inflation. Government has created RBI. Government has instituted RBI to control this inflation. In the market, we have the government, the banks, and public. Among all these options given here, A, B, C, and D, except for D, the movement of money is within this system. In D, RBI is creating new money and it is injecting into the economy. It is giving newly printed money and it is putting it out in the economy. That is the most inflationary among all the options given. Therefore, your answer here in this question is undoubtedly D. Now, the next question from polity. The power to enlarge the jurisdiction of Supreme Court of India with respect to any matter included in the Union list of legislative powers rests with the President of India, the Chief Justice of India, the Parliament, the Union Ministry of Law, Justice and Company Affairs. Parliament has been given by the Constitution the power to expand the jurisdiction and the powers of the Supreme Court and of High Courts. But there is a limitation that the Parliament cannot take away or diminish the power given to these two institutions. And the answer to this question is C. It is only Parliament that has the power to expand the jurisdiction and enlarge the jurisdiction of Supreme Court. Now, if you take a closer look at the option D, the Union Ministry of Law, Justice and Company Affairs. The option D is, one can safely assume, is absurd because there is no ministry which has the unilateral and sole power to increase the jurisdiction of any important institutions in India without the consultation of Parliament or any important offices in India, the Council of Ministers or the President or the Prime Minister. Here, the option D is therefore absurd, and even if you don't know the answer, you can safely eliminate this option. So be careful and be on the lookout for these kind of absurd options, which you can safely eliminate. Now, the fourth question from geography. For short-term climatic predictions, which one of the following events detected in the last decade is associated with occasional weak monsoon rains in Indian subcontinent? Remember, there is a key word, it is weak. They are asking about weak monsoon rains. El Nino and Southern Oscillation, which is we abbreviate into ENSO, is the alternating warming up of Central Pacific Ocean and Eastern Central Pacific Ocean. Sometimes west is warmer and sometimes east is warmer. During a La Nina season, west is considerably warmer than east and east is colder than west. What happens is that it creates drought conditions in Ecuador, Peru and the areas of Latin America, whereas it gives shower in western part of Pacific, and it also brings much needed, and it also enhances the rain received during monsoon season. Therefore, it is beneficial for the monsoon season in India and beneficial for the millions of farmers who are dependent on rain in India. Therefore, La Nina, we are going to eliminate A precisely because the key word here is weak. Actually, La Nina enhances the monsoon. Therefore, A cannot be your answer. So, A is rejected. And therefore, we can eliminate A and we can safely conclude that of the options given here, C is the right answer because that fits the description clearly well. It weakens monsoon and it was detected in the last decade. So, C is your answer in this question. The next question from environment. The concept of carbon credit originated from which one of the following? Earth Summit, Rio de Janeiro, Kyoto Protocol, Montreal Protocol, G8 Summit. It was in the Kyoto Protocol that a target was set for the release of carbon dioxide. Nations and different nations were given different targets to be achieved to limit within a specific target their emission. And if you are a country which cannot limit your emission targets, you can go for what is known as carbon credits. Essentially, it is based on a trading system where you can buy credits, you can buy rights to emit more. Say, for example, you are permitted to release 20 tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere and you're breaching its limit by 1 ton. You are releasing 1 ton more. And you can buy this 1 ton as carbon credits from the international market, and it was created under Kyoto Protocol, which makes your answer to be B. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.